So this video is literally going to be about why I have no friends. Yeah, I have no friends, like literally no friends. And obviously to people who don't have their self, that might sound weird, like, oh my god, like she has no friends. But literally, yeah, I don't care. Yeah, so let's get into the video. So yeah, like growing up, I just never felt like I fitted in. Like obviously I went through like primary school and I had friends. Well, obviously they weren't friends, because how a friend is supposed to treat another person was not how I was treated. Like I went through gaslighting in school, primary school, by friends, bullying by friends, like, and obviously then I moved on to secondary school and I went through the same type of thing. So yeah, like I can't really say that any of these people were like my actual friend, like actually had my back or cared about me the way that I cared about them or had their back. Like yeah, those types of, yeah, non-existent. Obviously I got up into my adult stages, or like my late teens, my early adult stages, and yeah, I had, you know, couple friends here, but it was always the same thing. Like they just never really cared about me or had my back the way that I cared about them and had their back. I would go through things like, you know, people would, like friends, they would always come to me like when they're in problems, or when there's an issue, or when they need advice or whatever it is, and I would spend hours and hours, like, and if I care about someone, like I actually care about that person and I feel for them and I feel what they're going through and all of that. And it's not just one person, it's like several people. Like they'll literally come to me and I'll be on the phone with them for hours and hours, like trying to help them with their situations and just pouring into them. I would notice, and this it just got repetitive. Like I would notice that when I would go to a friend when I had something going on, and to be honest, I rarely go to people with my issues. Like I've learned to literally stand alone. Like me going through childhood, you know, teenage years, not really having anyone there for me, like that taught me to stand on my own, to be able to stand firm on my own regardless of what is going on around me, regardless of whether I have anyone or not. So yeah, I never really went to friends with my issues, but the one two times that I went to friends with my issues, or when I needed emotional support, or when I needed someone to listen to me, it was like just this weird energy. Like it was just this weird energy. Like they would just come with this weird energy as if they just didn't care, and whatever was going on with me was just not important, and whatever's going on with them was way more important. Like I would literally like explain a situation or whatever, and they would be like, oh, I don't even know, you know, or I don't even know what to say, you know, or they'll just go like silent, like, and I'll be like, raw, like, I'll be like, okay, like, okay. And sometimes I'll be like, am I bluffing? Yeah. So sometimes I would purposely just bring up something, like I would purposely just bring up something, or just say something to see what their reaction is, yeah, and it will be this same dead silent energy, like this stillness, like just this stillness, like. So I just got to, and this kept happening from one friend to the next, like, and I just got to the stage where I was like, do you know what, yeah, I'm tired of this. Like I'm not no one's emotional punching bag. Like you can't just come to me and offload all of your trash onto me, and then when it comes time for you to reciprocate, then you're a no-show. Like, what do I need you for? If there's not an equal give and take in relationships or in a friendship, what do I need that person for? Nothing at all. Like, literally nothing at all, because the only thing that ends up happening is that one person ends up getting drained. Like, that person comes to you with, and they dump off all of their trash onto you, and you give them all of this positive energy, all of this love and whatever, and they run off into the sunset. And then the next time when they're in problem again, or it could even be the same problem, and then they come back to you and then dump back off the trash onto you, and then take your, you know, positive energy, and it uplifts them, and they feel good about themselves, and they feel good and positive about the situation or whatever. It just kept going round and round and in circles, and I'm just like, I'm done with this. I'm absolutely done with this. Like, I don't have time. So yeah, there would be that, and then there'll be like other friends that I would have that would be secretly, you know, secretly hating on me, and secretly envy and jealous of me, and I will notice these things. Like, I've always just done my own thing. I've always just followed my own path, and I feel like that comes from me always being alone. So I learned how to do things on my own. I learned how to develop my own style on my own. Just have my own individual way of thinking. Like, I never used to think like the crowd, or act like the crowd, or dress like the crowd. Like, that's just not me. Or just like, say for example, I came in with a new pair of shoes, and it's not the shoes that everyone else is wearing. It's an unusual pair of shoes, but it's a shoe that matches me, matches my personality. I'll just get people like just eyeing me, or even like when it comes just down to like hair and just little stuff like that. And I'll have certain friends that, like, if I was dressed better than them or something like that, or they liked what it is that I was wearing, then they will be dealing with me funny for the whole day. And I'm like, what is wrong with this weirdo? Like, what's wrong with this weirdo? Like, I can't be around people like that. I can't be around people like that. I need to be around people who have their own mind and can think for themselves. Why would I need to be around someone that's trying to be like me, or is envious or jealous of me? Why would I need to be around somebody like that? Like, I need to be around someone who I can stand on my own as an individual, they can stand on their own as an individual, and we can have a friendship. We can bring different things to each other, but not like one person like trying to be a clone of the next person. What kind of behavior is that? I can't be around people like that. That's jarring. There'll be people or friends or whatever that I'll be around, and say for example today I do my hair like this, then by the next time I see them, their hair's like that. Or I buy something and I wear it. By the next time I see them, they got the same thing, or they've got something similar. And it's just like, where's your own mind? Like, where's your own mind? Use your own mind. If you didn't see me with that and you went into the shop, you wouldn't have picked that up. Use your own mind. Like, I feel like that type of behavior is weird, and that it just breeds envy on top of envy, and hatred and jealousy, and those things, you never know what they can lead to. Like, yeah, I just had to just get away. I just had to just like, literally I just had to just get rid of all of these people. Like, and every person that I can call a friend was like that. Like, the only one person that I can say that was my friend, and I can say that for one specific reason, yeah, is because she was honest with me. Like, one day we was walking and was just messing about and joking about or whatever, and then she was like to me, can I be honest with you? And I was looking at her like, yeah. And then she was like, don't think this is weird or anything, but I'm jealous of you. And I was like, what? These times I didn't have nothing. Like, these times I didn't have nothing. Like, I hardly had any money, or money to go to school. It's like, the clothes, it just, yeah, it weren't saying nothing. Like, you know, like, she had like both parents, and she was, you know, she was upkept. Like, she was, you know, taken care of, and she was kept in a good condition, and she had whatever it is that she needed and wanted. But that's what I said to her. Like, I was like, why would you be jealous of me? Like, you've got everything, like, and I don't. And she was like, yeah, but you're always happy. Like, no matter what, you're always happy. Like, and that's the one friend that I can say that I had that was actually honest with me, that actually saw me beyond, you know, outer conditions, and actually was able to see me for me, like, and actually be honest. Trust me, there's some people out here, and there's some friends out here that will envy you and hate you just because you're happy, or just because you're free within yourself, and just because you don't follow the crowd, or just because you're unique. Like, literally, people envy and hate you just for that. And I've experienced that. I experienced that up until this day, like, and I don't have friends, yeah, but I experienced that from people. It's just mad. So yeah, like, I just rather be on my own. Like, I don't have to deal with other people's drama. I don't have to deal with people chatting a bunch of irrelevant trash in my ears, talking about irrelevant people, irrelevant things that just aren't productive or just serve no purpose. Like, I'm not saying that, you know, you can't get on the phone with a friend and have just a little chit chat and just be silly and chat about rubbish. I'm not saying that. But when it's constantly that, it's just like, nah, like, that's not where I am mentally. Like, I need people who can reciprocate what it is that I'm giving to them, even if they're reciprocating it back to me in a different way. But the energy, you know, the exchange needs to be reciprocated. I'm not gonna be I can't deal with any one-sided relationships. No one-sided friendships, no one-sided parasitic relationships. Like, I'm just done with all of that. Like, and I guess I attracted those types of situations and people because of the conditioning of my past and my upbringing, which is obviously the same reason why I attracted narcissists. Like, I guess it comes from those roots, but I'm just tired of it. I'd rather be by myself and work on myself and attract healthy people. You know, when I come into contact with some healthy people, then I can, you know, make friendships. But until then, I'm good on my own. Like, I'm good on my own. As I said, I've been standing alone. Like, I have been standing alone from the jump. So I've got me. I don't feel like I need friends. Like, most people just have friends or people around them because they're bored, or they don't know how to occupy themselves, or they don't know how to be happy on their own. Like, that's not me. I'm the happiest on my own. Like, I have the most fun on my own. I bust the most joke on my own. Like, I enjoy myself. I enjoy exploring myself, being creative with myself. Like, I have fun. I go on holiday by myself and I enjoy it. Like, it's the most freeing thing ever to just be at peace with yourself and to be balanced within your own self in the world, standing alone. Like, do you know how freeing that is? That is freeing. Like, knowing that you can rely on yourself, that you don't need somebody for everything. You can literally be sufficient enough for your own self. Healing definitely helped me with that as well. Healing definitely helped me to stand on my own, and even more than what I was than before. Like, it definitely helped me. What played a part in that as well is that when I was younger, like, my mum used to send me out into the world to do things, like, on my own. Like, I'll be like, I don't know, obviously I used to go to the shop and stuff like that, but like, I'm sure, how old was I when, I think I may have been about, I don't know, I think I may have been about 8. So my mum would literally, on a Sunday, in the morning, she would send me to Tooting to go and do shopping for Sunday dinner. I'll jump on the 57, go Tooting. I used to go in the market and get like 2 chickens. Then I used to get like fruit, vegetables, snacks, and or like cake and custard for dessert, and seasoning for the chicken and all of that, and then I would make my way back home, and yeah, I would be fine without a phone as well, like without a phone. So I learned from an early age, whether it was through, you know, my mum sending me out into the world on my own, or me experiencing pain, literally pain, which caused me to stand on my own. Like, yeah, I've been doing it. Like, through healing myself, I finally have myself. Like, I'm finally able to be picking up the pieces to make myself whole again. Obviously, I'm not all the way there, but I'm getting there, and I finally like have my own self, like when I never had my own self before. But I finally, like, I'm feeling like a sense of having my own self, like having my own back. And it's just caused me to realize that everything outside of me that I wanted is already within me. Literally everything outside of me that I wanted, you know, from a friendship, from whatever type of relationship, I can give that to myself. Like, I don't need no one to give whatever I need to me. I give that to myself now. Like, I give that to myself, and that is through healing. Like, I give that to myself. So I'm good. Like, I'm good. I'm not bored. I'm not lonely. Like, I'm not any of those things. Like, I'm actually good, like, regardless. So that's the reason why I don't have any friends, and I don't care. I'm fine. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I don't think it's weird. I don't think it's sad. Being your own best friend, I feel like that's the greatest thing that you could ever be to yourself. It's the most freeing thing that I've ever experienced. So yeah, but yes, thanks for watching this video, and yeah, stay tuned for the next one.